Another epic Marvel series just ended for all the diehard fans. After WandaVision, this had to be the best thing. In fact, popularity-wise, this performed better than WandaVision, which had a twist of older sitcoms. This storyline adhered to the new Marvel cinematography, with all the epic action scenes, our favorite characters appearing, and the hot Bucky Barnes back to steal our hearts with his handsome demeanor. Welcome back to Trendcraze, and what's trending right now is definitely episode 6 of this epic Marvel series, where we see our two favorites, Bucky Barnes and Sam. Spoiler alert, in this video we make a list of the top 10 things that you missed in this episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Number 10. Cap? Remember the cute comment made when they were talking about Captain America and one dude said, "But isn't he on the moon?" We sure laughed at that comedic comment, finding it adorable. Because we know that Steve has lived a long and fulfilling life with Peggy, and even has a descendant of his called Sharon Carter, who is seen in the series. Of course, his disappearance would lead to fan theories about government conspiracy ideas, but saying he was on the moon is just golden. Now, the weird but cool part was the same guy who said that called Sam Cap when Sam descends down donning his ultimate suit with the attachments of the Falcon. He embodies the true spirit of Captain America, giving people around him hope and warmth exactly how Steve did. His fighting prowess, kindness, and everything that makes Captain America is brought out beautifully by Sam. So, the iconic scene where the guy says Cap is a beautiful acknowledgement of the fact and shows how Sam was accepted by the crowd. Number 9. Zemo's raft cell. We see Zemo watch the news and get alarmed when he sees the unfolding of events in the city where Carly, super soldiers, Sam, and Bucky are fighting. The raft is the same as the one where Team Captain America was imprisoned during Captain America, the Civil War time. We know how futile that stupid Civil War was when they all got together in Endgame to reverse the effect of what Thanos did. But Zemo being locked up there was a beautiful reference to that, considering how the series has good callbacks to the movies. Number 8. Sam's Captain America suit ditto as in the comic books. Well, we know Marvel tends to give twists and not adhere to the comics much, but here they did. And boy, we are so glad they did. Sam's Captain America suit resembles the comic book one to a T. They've mostly put a lot of whites in it with speckles of red and blue, same as the comics. Steve focused more on the dark blue version, which brought out some of sort of regality that Captain America is supposed to possess. We also find that the suit aesthetically suits Sam so well, especially the wings that suddenly changed angle and supported him during his fight. It was one of the coolest scenes there, and we just went wow. Episode 6 was sure filled with epic action scenes, and this suit was the charm for sure. Number 7. Sharon as the power broker? Gasp! While one set of fans said it was quite predictable, another whole set that followed the comics said that they were kind of hoping for the actual comic power broker called Curtis Jackson, who was recreating the super soldier serum. But this was quite the welcome twist, as we've seen Sharon pair up with the Sam-Bucky duo from the beginning, and we weren't expecting her to be the power broker. She's Peggy Carter's blood relative, for crying out loud. How can you expect this? This was quite the epic scene in episode 6 for sure. And when she talks to Carly, we see that Carly also knew this from the beginning. What a twist was that? Also, she tries to short Carly, wounding herself, and Sam goes behind Carly trying to restrain her when the ultimate villain is right in front of him. Number 6. Sam not fighting Carly. Did you get a Bucky Steve vibe? Carly and Sam's fight, though expected, had such chemistry and hinted at something more than care that we all wondered if there was actually supposed to be something between the two. He was just not willing to fight her, which is fine, because Captain America did the same thing with Bucky in the Winter Soldier. The scene was reminiscent of that and was so powerful as he's just seen blocking her attacks. You could feel her frustration as she yells at him to fight her, to take her seriously as she's willing to give up her life for the cause. Exactly like how Bucky felt, dead and like a fighting machine. Steve got through to him the same way Sam responded to Carly, and we were for sure in tears. And when Carly got shot and she died, Sam genuinely looked so sad about it. Fans were left wondering if he actually liked her in more ways than one. Well, we'd now never know as she's gone. Number 4. The reference to Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. As though breaking our heartstrings with those two movies weren't enough, this series reminds you of what happened during the blip and Thanos' stupid idea. Sam tries to explain to the government authorities when they defend themselves, saying they had to discriminate against the humans who reappeared as they have lost their places. Sam says that was exactly what Thanos intended if they planned to not care for those people and kill them. Or throw them in refugee camps where they have no place in the world. He tells the government authorities to reconsider their plans, incorporate them back into the current happenings somehow. And if they don't know how to do that, ask a representative of the returned humans how to deal with it. He said that it was easy to make decisions when you yourself aren't involved, and that's not how governing should be. It was such a beautiful moment as it even incorporated a statement of how the US government was functioning at that time during the pandemic and was highly relatable. We sure were impressed. Number 3, Agent Carter. We knew Sharon was a Carter and she was a fugitive from the law. What was epic in this scene was when the governor giving the pardon said, "Welcome back, Agent Carter." And she wells up. It was the first time she's been called that, probably after her great-grandaunt. Peggy had that title before where she was referenced to as Agent Carter, and now we see it in Sharon. It sure was a powerful scene, and right when we breathed easy that the twist ended, we saw the ending scene. Here, she walks out of the court and calls up someone, saying that she now has access to all sensitive government info and technology and weapons, and they can start with their plans. Kinda cold and doom for sure, but we can't wait to see what happens next. Come on, she's Peggy's blood. Where is the patriotism and love for America? Why was she converted to the villain? This irony was not lost on us and creates so many routes the series can go. Let's wait and watch in the next movie or series. Number 2, who's the old guy? Wondering who is the old guy in the car who busted all the flag smashers right thought it all ended well? It is Zemo's crafty old butler we saw in episode 3. Well, whether he did it while being in cahoots with Zemo, we'll know next time. But it was quite shocking to see this character reappear and do something so drastic. This paves the way for the 4th Captain America movie, which is rumored to be in process. Let's hope we see more epic twists and crazy plot lines that would keep us at the edge of our seats. Number 1, On Your Left. Remember Captain America in the Endgame yelling "on your left" for passing the shield? The same scene was once again recreated by Sam and Bucky, where they yell "on your left" and charge ahead. Well, die-hard fans sure enjoyed getting that reference, and we are hoping you did too. This series pays a great homage to Captain America as Sam realizes it's hard to fit in his shoes, but it is required to save the people. And more than responsibility, the pressure, what matters most is the Americans are protected and saved at all costs. This is the true meaning of being Captain America, and it doesn't matter if you're black, if you have any army medals to show your patriotism, but if you aren't kind, you can't be Captain America. This was also brought out in the scene when Walker used Captain's shield to break the Flag Smasher's head, and you know that he isn't Captain America. So, that was the epic series finale, and we weren't disappointed. Some fans did express a little dissatisfaction at how the series ended too soon, and Carly's death, and everything was so rushed. But we think it was great. The ending was so pleasant, and people were surprised at the sparks that flew between Bucky and Sam's sister, making us giggle when Sam got overprotective and his sister blushed. Bucky was also shown great with our kids. Could he possibly have a cute family life written for him? Sam technically shouldn't mind, as it would be great for Bucky to get some sort of stability this way, and same for his sister. Let's see how things unfold anyway. What do you think will happen in the next series? How do you think this plotline will pan out? Do you think we may get visits from other superheroes next time? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fandom content. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers!